Like all vital traditions, the origins of the school of Zen are shrouded in myth and legend. The whole Zen movement is alleged to have taken its start from Shakyamuni Buddha himself. Once upon a time, Shakyamuni was lecturing to a great multitude gathered on Linshan or Spirit Mountain. After his lecture, he picked up a flower and held it before his audience without speaking a word. Quite mystified, the whole assembly remained silent, pondering as to what Shakyamuni wished to convey by this unexpected action. Only the venerable Kashyapa broke into an understanding smile. Shakyamuni was pleased and declared, "I have the secret of the right Dharma eye, the ineffably subtle insight into nirvana, which opens the door of mystic vision of the formless form, not depending upon words and letters, but transmitted outside of all scriptures. I hereby entrust this secret to the great Kashyapa." It is fitting that Zen should have begun with a flower and a smile. This episode, you may say, is too beautiful to be true, yet it is too beautiful not to be true. The life of Zen does not depend upon historical truth alone. Whoever has invented the story has caught the very spirit of Zen, a flower that smiles, evoking a smile that flowers. Kashyapa is said to be the first Indian patriarch of the school of Zen. After him, there came in succession 27 patriarchs, of whom Bodhidharma was the 28th and the last patriarch of Zen in India. Thus, Bodhidharma may be regarded as the bridge between India and China in the history of Zen. There is no record in Sanskrit to show that there was an Indian school of Zen as such, however. Although the word Zen, or Chan in Chinese, was a transliteration of dhyana, there can be no greater difference in meaning between two terms than the Indian dhyana and the Chinese Chan. Dhyana signifies a concentrated and methodical meditation, while, as the founding fathers of the Chinese school understood it, Zen has for its essence a sudden flash of insight into reality, or a direct intuitive perception of the self-nature. Time and again, the founding fathers have warned their disciples that to meditate or reflect is to miss it altogether. The late Dr. Hu Shi went to the extent of saying Chinese Zenism arose not out of Indian yoga or dhyana, but as a revolt against it. Perhaps it was not so much a deliberate revolt as an unconscious transformation of dhyana. As Thomas Merton, with his piercing insight, has truly observed, quote, "The true inheritors of the thought and spirit of Chuang Tzu are the Chinese Zen Buddhists of the Tang period," end quote. It is not too much to say that the fundamental insights of Zen masters are identical with those of the Lao Tzu and Chuang Tzu schools. The relation between Zen and Chuanzu has been presented by Dr. Suzuki with the utmost fairness and clarity. According to Dr. Suzuki, the most distinctively characteristic hallmark of Zen is its insistence on the awakening of Prayatmanya, which, is an inner perception, deeply reaching the core of one's being. This, he proceeds to say, corresponds to Chuang Tzu's mind fasting or mind forgetting or clear as the morning. If this is true, and no one with an unbiased mind can think otherwise, it means that Chuang Tzu's essential insight constitutes the very core of Zen. And the only difference is that while with Chuang Tzu it remained a pure insight, it has become the most essential discipline in Zen. And it is in the development of this discipline that modern Japanese Zen has made its signal contribution. The roots of Zen are clouded with legend, its origins in Chan, Chinese Buddhism, its transmission to Japan, and its transition to a uniquely Japanese tradition are gradual and not identifiable until the 12th century and later. Zen includes the wide diversity of the Buddhist pantheon, but also teaches that the divine nature is in all things, and that the Buddha nature is shared by everyone. There is no concept of omnipotent, eternal deities. The essence of Bodhidharma's teachings is that one does not need to study sacred texts or worship deities or do elaborate religious rituals to achieve enlightenment. Rather, one needs to break through the boundaries of conventional thought using meditation and experience the world as it truly is in the moment. Zen maintains that this was the way the Buddha himself attained enlightenment. Zen teaches that all humans have the capacity to attain enlightenment because we all have an inherent Buddha nature. Indeed, we are all already enlightened beings, but our true potential has been clouded by ignorance. According to some Zen traditions, this ignorance is overcome through a sudden breakthrough called Satori during meditation. Different Zen sects, of which Rinzai and Soto are the major two, have developed various methods to achieve this enlightenment, including the practice of Zazen, just sitting meditation. In Japan, Zen became popular among the warrior samurai for its focus on discipline and self-control. Zen also informs the practice of various arts such as calligraphy, painting, garden design, and archery. Beginning in the 20th century, a popularized version of Zen has become spread throughout the world and influenced many in both the United States and Europe, where it has been incorporated into everything from motorcycle maintenance to cooking. One thing is certain: the restless heart has been with man for a long time. The philosopher seeks some absolute. Mortal man yearns for immortality. Temporal man seeks to be grounded in the eternal. Finite man longs for the infinite. But precisely because this absolute is infinite, it must be vague and ill-defined, a something that seems void, a nothing. The infinite that is clearly defined ceases thereby to be infinite.